baby cakes? It's your girl KayKi here again, and as promised, I'm bringing you artists who I feel you should know about. Artists who I love to listen to, who I love to see perform, and who I just feel like need to be known by at least my readers. And this gentleman sitting next to me here is definitely one of those artists. Baby cakes, this is Jay Ahmad.
What's up?
I've known him for I don't even know, maybe like a year now.
Probably
A
about
little more.
two.
Really?
Since because I met you at Everlong's listening party.
That
was about 2 years ago.
That's true. Y'all know I'm really bad with time. But this guy is an incredible vocalist, producer, an actor. I mean, some of everything. But what I really want to introduce you to today is Jay Ahmad as the artist, just the complete artist. So to get right to it, how long have you been doing this? I know that's probably, the lifelong question.
Right.
But how long have you been singing and producing?
Well, I started singing. I was a late bloomer with singing. I didn't start until I was about 12 or 13.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people have that story where they started singing 2,
right.
3.
That's what I was expecting.
I didn't start until I was about 13. Walkman, that's how long ago
the Walkman.
Right, CD player. So some people heard me and was like, you should really get into this talent show that they were having at Grady High School, which is also here in Atlanta. And I was like, nah, I didn't want to do it at first, but then I actually did it. And I sang Donnell Jones' rendition of Knocks Me Off My Feet.
Okay.
And the feeling I felt that night, that's what let me know that music was going to be the thing. I was like, I just got to keep singing. I got to get better, And then I was like, I didn't know any artists. Like, I didn't, a lot of people, they would say, well, I listened to Aretha Franklin and this
right.
person and that person. I didn't know who nobody was because I didn't know music like that.
Wow.
So when I was in high school, I met some people, and when I got to high school, I thought I could really sing. And then I met some people who could really, 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 really sing, and I was like, wow. I humbled myself real quick, and I started to really learn from them, and they wouldn't let me sing with them at first. So I was like, this is my opportunity to really get better and learn from some people who I respect. And then I started studying music, and I was in marching band in high school, and just starting to just educate myself, like, because a lot of people say you don't know where you're going unless you know where you come from.
Right.
So I started digging into gospel singers and other R&B singers like Brian McKnight and Voice of Man, Aretha Franklin, Ella Fitzgerald, Kim Burrell, the Clark Sisters, Brandy, all of these people, and it was like I was just overloading myself with music and people who I could learn from, so that I could be a better artist. And that was the move after that first show, was like, I have to find a way to be the best that I can be. So.
Right. And I think that's great because a lot of artists, some that I know, and I think this is probably just a general rule for a lot of artists, once they find out and realize that they are good, they usually go straight from that to feeling like they should be managed by somebody and be getting paid to do things. And, and realistically, if you say you want to be a doctor, you go to school. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You put in time learning that art and learning that work, and so it's really great that you say that and make that point, because a lot of artists don't do that first. They don't stop and say, let me study. Let me, work on myself first.
Exactly.
So I think that's brilliant.
He sent somebody over to me and was like, I'm a representative for Tyler Perry, yada yada, and he wants to work with you. And then it was like 2 weeks later, I get another phone call, and then a month later, I'm on tour.
Right.
And it's like crazy. So that moment, I was like,
okay,
I knew this is what I'm doing this.
Had you done any acting before that, or that was just fresh off?
I was fresh off the boat. No acting experience, no nothing.
Wow. And what plays were you in at the time?
The very first show I did was Medea's Class Reunion. I played the DJ and the waiter in that part. The role was actually a lot longer, but the show was so long they had to make cuts.
Okay.
So they cut my role down to the minimum, and they could have just sent me home because they didn't really need me. But he was like, I believe in you. I like what you're doing. So
stay here.
Stay. Just go ahead and stay. And so that in itself was a blessing. And then the next play that followed was Done in the Dark.
Okay.
And I played the son basketball star or whatever. That just opened up so many other doors. It was crazy. Working with a lot of other producers who wanted me to write to their tracks. But then when I decided I wanted to do a project, they didn't want to contribute. They didn't want to do anything. So I was like, you know what? If I can hear it, I can probably play it. So I tried, and I had the money to do it, and I just started going out and buying stuff. And it looked like Chinese at first, but I stayed up one night. The night I brought all of this stuff, I stayed up until about 5 or 6 in the morning reading the book on how to just get started. That's all I wanted to do was get started. And so everything that looked like Chinese at one point is English now. So it's like it's determined. You have to be determined, to get it. And I'm still not the greatest. That I listen to stuff and I'm like, wow. But then I listen to where I came from.
Right.
And it's like listening to where I am now. It's like, okay, you can see that there's improvement, which also lets you know that this is where you're supposed to be.
Right.
So I would say get rid of all distractions. Anything that would cause you to procrastinate, get rid of it.
Procrastination.
Oversleeping, sacrifice. Mainly sacrifice. Okay. You gotta sacrifice. There were I gave my bed away because I was sleeping too much. I gave it away. So at that point, it's like I just gave it away because I was oversleeping. I can't go out now because whenever I'm out, my mind is on something else that I could be doing. So if my mind is there, then that means that there's work to be done, and I can't not do it. So I figure if I sacrifice the time now and hang out later on when the music that they're dancing to is mine,
right?
Then
ding, ding,
I feel like I'm good at that point. I think overall sacrifice and just go hard. If you're not willing to go hard, don't do it. And if you don't love it, don't do it.
What would you classify your music as, or do you classify the music that you make, into certain genres or?
I just make the music. I don't like to be held by genre because it's like, for what? Music is a freedom of expression, not to be put in a genre. Like people put music in genres, of course. Record labels, they do that, you know what I mean, because they need to categorize it as some genre. When you do listen from top to bottom, it connects some kind of way. Because like I said, it's some of it is alternative, some of it is R&B, some of it is gospel. And if I can put it in a genre and create my own, I would just say life music, not even
life
R&B or pop or whatever. I just want to make music that gets to the heart of the person listening to it. So I just set a release date for April the 26th.
Okay.
You're the first person I told.
Exclusive.
I'm telling you.
Exclusive.
So, the inspiration behind that, it's about love. There's some pain in there. There is, just life.
Right.
In that record, and I love it, and I'm the type of person that if I don't love it, you won't hear it. So I would never expect, don't ever expect me to play something that I don't enjoy listening to myself. So, and then I'm playing it for somebody because I believe it to be hot. Right. And if I don't think I'm hot, then why am I doing this? So I just feel like
point taken.
If I don't feel like it's good, then I just won't play it.
Well, we're waiting on it because every record I've heard, and I have heard a few of them, they are amazing. One of my favorite records to hear you perform is The Light. But you tell them what the inspiration behind The Light is, and just to kind of know what it's actually about in the venues that we've been in, and how you just come boldly and just put it out there and kill. It's usually one of the best performances of the night. You know what I mean? In a club somewhere where the people are out there trying to do their own thing. So I know we're going to play The Light for them. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, The Light was the first song that I wrote and produced that led to the direction that I'm going in.
Okay.
The inspiration behind it it's just it's really God. Like just saying how people just try so many different things,
right,
and say that it doesn't work, and then say that there's nothing else, so they might as well give up.
right.
But there's another option. There's something that you have not tried yet, and it's guaranteed to work every single time. It's the way, the truth, and the life is how the scripture words
Right.
it. But I said the life,
right.
which is the same thing, pretty much. So
Right.
I played the song for Tiffany Evans in a barbershop one day, and she was listening like,
Hi, Tiff.
right, what's up, Tiffany? I'm supposed to be writing some records for her too.
Tiffany,
Right.
sidebar. Can we just go here real quick? Real quick. Like, we will go back to where we're going to go.
Okay.
Tiffany Evans is bananas.
Yeah, she's a beast.
People don't really, I don't think they get it yet.
She's grown so
She's
much.
so small, and I think
Yeah.
people still see her as like a little child or something.
She's not no more.
But vocally,
she's a beast.
the album that she's working on,
Yeah, she's a beast.
that's a moment right there for Tiffany. Shout out to Tiffany Evans. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's get back to your interview.
Yeah, I played it for her,
Mm-hmm.
and then the same day that she was in the barbershop listening to it, Jazzy Faye was there.
Okay.
Played it for him. He was like, "Word, like this is gospel." I was like, "Yeah, that's
Right.
a gospel record." Music Soul Child came to the barbershop one day, and I gave him a CD.
Mm-hmm.
He left the barbershop. I thought he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
He came back and dapped me up like, "That's what's up." He was like, "I mess with that."
It's
He
that
used a different
hot.
word, but he said, "I mess
Right.
with that."
It's that hot.
And I
Like,
was like, "Now I know I got something."
so let's take a moment to listen to it. You want to introduce it?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is most likely going to be the very first single off the album I Am. It's my debut album. It's called The Light. Check it out.
Yeah. Come on. Let's get it. It's Kingdom, baby. That's right. It's unstoppable. Yeah. What up, Credo? You already know what it is, homie. I am the future.
Say you got a man, he don't treat you right. Girl, I know somebody that you need to give a try. He's so fly, he's so cool. I know all about him, baby, that's my dude. He will never lie, never break your heart, never leave you lonely. If you're in the dark, he will come through with the light, shining so bright. Your tears will be gone by the end of the night. Girl, you ain't got nothing to lose. You should let me introduce him to you. He's the way, the truth, and the light. Jesus, the light. He is the way, the truth, and the light. Jesus, the light. Smoking spot, haters won't shock, pointing their fingers when I walk by. They feeling my Dougie. I stay fresh, and I can buy them all till there ain't none left. But what they don't know is what I've been through. I've been struggling, paying my dues. I've been broke, I've been let down. Wanted to give up, but I got my swag back now. He will do the same thing for you. For you, you should. You should let me introduce him to you. To you. He's the way, the truth, and the light. He is the way, ooh yeah, the truth, and the light.
Yeah, I can vouch for this one. He could be your keeper. Been on him for a while now. You really should meet him. Real man, no funny business. Cool cat, laid back, no stress. Pay close attention to the dials and dies. Completely different lingo from the other guys. Nobody on this planet got prestige like this. They think so, but they don't come close. Extremely intelligent, Neo if you ask me. The greatest story ever told was only about how he stayed down to the E-N-D. Found the real F-R-I-E-N-D. Never been the one to play Love Connection, but I believe he's a soulmate, so quit your searching. His father is the king, that makes him the heir. For benefits, my dear.
He is the way,
back, and as you guys just heard, The Light by J. Ahmad is insane. I know you guys loved it. So again, I Am. It's your first record you're putting out.
Yep.
You said April 26th?
April 26th.
So definitely gonna be on the lookout for that record. Any shows or anything that you have coming up? Where can we catch you performing? Or
I know I'll be at Inferno next week. Tuesday.
Promise?
I don't know if with Promise. She hit me up and was like she wanted some people that, other artists that she believes in to, come in. So I was like, that's dope. How artists, because I love to support other artists. So I'm definitely going to do that.
Well, we can't wait to get our hands on the record.
Absolutely.
I do appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today and
you
talk to my baby cakes. I know you guys are in love with me all over again for this interview and introducing you to this artist. Where can they contact you? Are you on Twitter, Facebook, all of those wonderful things?
I am on Facebook at facebook.com/j.ahmad82.
Okay.
And that's j.ahmad, the number 8, the number 2. On Twitter, I am at turnthemusicup8. MySpace, I am myspace.com/jahmadmusic. That's it, really.
Again, I'm super excited about introducing you guys to all of these artists. I know you've enjoyed them, and I still have a couple of more coming up after him, so stay tuned. Thank you for the interview, and have a good night, baby cake.